Hello, Commanders, and welcome back to my tutorial series on how to play Fortnite Save the World. And in today's video, we are going to head back into Stonewood and complete our Storm Shield Defense number 7. And this will give us additional X-ray tickets and V-Bucks because we do in fact have a founder's account for this series. Now, in my previous episode, I did mention that our next video would cover the Plankerton Storm Shield Defense number 1. But again, before you move forward and after thinking about it a little bit more, I would pump the brakes and head back first. Finish Stonewood before moving forward. So we're going to load in to our defense. I'm going to make a couple of adjustments, and then we are going to go ahead and complete number 7 for you. Now, when it comes to Homebase Storm Shield Defense number 7, you actually do not need to drop an additional amplifier. So, theoretically, you could come over, access your Storm Shield menu, and begin. However, before you do so, I would run around to everything that you've placed to this point and just make sure everything is dress and right as rain. So when it comes to our amplifiers, I'm going to once again give you a recap on the directions of the attacks you will be facing. And then as the Storm Shield bubble has expanded now a bit, we are going to go out there and point out a couple of things that I would recommend. So when it comes to your home base, you will only be attacked from the east now. As a reminder, once you place your dip amplifier and your west side amplifier, your attacks from the south and the west no longer occur. And then moving forward into endurance, and from this point, you will only be attacked right here from the east. All right. When it comes to adjustments, the only thing that I've done is if you caught that previous episode where I built up this little section right here for our defenders when we were talking about your daily quest items in war games. I've just removed that for temporary purposes so we can go ahead and utilize that material elsewhere. All right, we don't need it right now. Everything else would stay the same, just as I described it previous. All right. Now let's go ahead and move on over here to your dip amplifier. And at the current time, our attacks are coming from the east and the south directions. And because we have placed our drop amplifier now, we will not be attacked any longer from the west here. And we were never attacked from the north. So that's a little update for you. Now, when we work our way out and through, I like everything that we've had in place to this point. But now you're going to have a section up here to take into consideration. So we do want to address this. So what we will do first and foremost is anything that is in the direct line and or pathing of the husks, I want to remove. Right? We don't want lobbers, potentially flingers in the future, right? Hiding behind there and trying to bombard you. And again, we don't want propane exploding or smashers charging when they apply. But we just want that natural, smooth, concise pathing right to our objective. So up to the southeast here, we're going to go ahead and remove all of this. Now, anything that you remove before the Storm Shield Defense begins is gone forever. It will not regenerate. Now, if you leave this and you farm it during the active defense, it will. So just something to think about as we are working through. So, based off of what we have here already, I'm going to go ahead with some block off now. And we're going to start building up in this area here. And I'm going to show you step by step, build by build, and trap by trap exactly what you need to do. So a remaining block off here with a Dorito structure. I call it Dorito, because that's kind of what it looks like once you place it. Okay, facing out here to the southeast. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3 across. And we're going to do full block offs all the way through here. And then we're going to get our 1/3 walls temporarily. Just start placing them. And then I need to make sure we are upgrading all of our first block off. All right. Your floors would face and be edited to the east. And then our pyramid structures would go right on top of it. And then as soon as I can get that underneath here to tier 3, we would once again go ahead and do an additional pyramid on top of here. So let me just wait for that to be upgraded for a moment. And we'll go out here and see if there's anything else that we can farm in the meantime, which you can. I would take this from up here away. There will be spawn locations out here in the future.
Nope.
All right. And then down here we go. Okay, just trying to get everything to our highest tier. Now, I do recommend metal for everything when it comes to your build. But as a reminder, if you do not have the metal to be able to do that, you can mix in your stone and would be fine. The key is this, especially when you're working with block offs, trap tunnels. Make sure everything is at the same tier level. All right, you don't want weakened structures, all right, within your block offs, because the enemies will aggro on that. You don't want that to occur. All right, let's go grab a little bit more metal here. And then back we go. And please do make sure that you block this off right here. That's why I'm going over it. The enemies can actually, leak off to the side over here and potentially defeat you if you overlook this, especially if you are standing or farming over in this area, which I don't recommend you do. All right. But anyway, you've got your level of block off here. You want to go with that. Then from this point,
I see. All right.
I'd wrap this around. This here. And I would go with an additional block off here. Just like this here. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take ceilings all the way across this point and then connect a wall here. And we're just going to go with an additional set of block off right here for right now.
Whoa, sorry.
And this will actually be usable for you in the future when it comes to endurance. Remember, when I do tutorial content, we're not here to rush or expedite it. I really want to share the thought process with you and go step by step. So nothing is, overlooked. And this should get us where we need to be for the first part of the build.
Not possible.
And then as mentioned, we're going to go all the way down. And we've already got this here.
Nope.
I do want to point out we have a weakened wall here. There's absolutely nothing we could do on here, unfortunately. So if the enemies want to get that interested, it's outside anyway. We can't build into it. So I would want to point that out. And then we'll go and edit our 1/3 walls around so we can, again, get our additional layer of block off here.
sorry. Nope.
And we will mimic just what we did behind. Everything's facing again to the east here. All right.
Yeah, not
So this is all in place now. Let's go ahead and upgrade everything. And I would go ahead and address this, as mentioned. I would actually throw a wall here and here as well. And then, believe it or not, I would probably seal this down either this way, or I would elevate and seal up this way. It really is a playstyle choice here. All right. If you're going to seal this, you'd want to come in behind here with an additional layer block off, facing to the southeast direction. All right, so we'll just add another piece. But I would come in here and just take care of this for a moment. This is 1, 2 to the 3. So you can actually get a dart here, or wrap one out here, however you wanted to. But just a sneaky little area here where you could get some additional dart play if you wanted it. So I would at least like to point it out to you. All right, let's go back with our metal once again, as that is upgrading. We don't want to miss it. Apologies on that mic, a little far away. All right, and then back we go. And we are not just building for Storm Shield Defense number 7. I do want to remind you that we are always preparing for the long game, if you will. All right, we're thinking in advance here.
Possible.
Believe it or not, right down here, a couple more floors. And then we could run some gas and some wooden floor spikes here, which would be amazing. I would come here, and I would seal this here. You can actually do the same thing right here as well if you wish, as they fall down. And so on and so forth. Really just comes down to what it is that you want to put into your builds. All right. All right. Anyway, let's take care of all this. Upgrade it up.
Sorry.
And then this block off should be finished here, so we'll be done with that. We don't need to worry about it anymore. And then jump up behind here and finalize your upgrades on that block off that you added behind in the corner.
Yeah, not possible.
And then obviously if you're going to put this piece here instead, right, you wouldn't need this piece back here, right, because you already have it covered here. Right. If you got a blaster or a taker right here, you could play off that. You just don't want things out here standing and lobbing at you, so you need to address it. All right, then we'll just seal this all down like we've done before. Edit your middle walls all the way down. All right, and then this all would be upgraded to your final tier 3. And then of course inside here as well, as we go ahead and trap. All right, so this would take care of, for right now, the southeast direction as they try to approach you potentially on your dip amplifier here. And be reminded, though, we do have this trap tunnel back here that will, if in case they were to leak down. But we're going to store. We're storing here. We're getting ready for the future, as I mentioned. All right. Now, down this way, I would tell you could try to get some block off going here, but they are probably going to get a little interested in you. All right. If you want to slide these 3 walls in here, it won't hurt you, but will it provide you any value? I don't know. Right. They're weakened walls to begin with.
Nope.
This is really what we're concerned about. And then, of course, we're going to go ahead and start making our darts up. Some gas traps. And the wooden floor spikes. And be reminded, those are the only 3 traps that we're going to use throughout the entire Stonewood Storm Shield Defense series to make it relatable. Everybody out there would have these 3 traps right now. You do not need any other traps. You do not need everything to be legendary or even anything higher when it comes to rarity. You don't need the most damage. You need the right damage. And with these 3 traps right here, you can complete all 10 Storm Shield defenses without taking a single shot with a handheld weapon, using an ability and or defender, or teammates as well. Very important there. All right, and then all we're going to do is line our darts around these areas here for your extension. If you're worried about a smash or a blaster here, you can absolutely get your darts in here. And then we'll go down. And everything else will connect to what we previously built. All right. So that is all here and ready to rock and roll. And then they would work down this way. Right. Down over here and try to work back up through here, but it won't matter. They'll be taken care of. Now let's go over here and talk about the south direction, as we still get attacked here. Now, when the bubble moved on this back side here, I wanted to include 1, 2, and 3 darts here. Nice to have one against the wall, shooting through here if you'd like, and 1 shooting out the south here. Over on this side, everything would be still good to go. I may consider a couple of additional, and then we're going to go stone against natural terrain. I'd go some additional darts out here. Here, here, and here. Right here. And then these 2 tiles right here. As we are working through our other builds. All right, because you're going to have a little sneaky section over here we need to discuss. So these would be the adjustments for the south attack, and you don't need anything else here because you did the work up there. All I would do is remove your remainder when it comes to your, items that are potentially going to be in the way of the attack. Then, of course, if you want everything to connect and wrap with your base, not a bad idea to have another piece in there just to seal that in. So that's good. But that would handle your dip amplifier. So then we need to work our way over to the west side next. Just going to grab a little bit more stone here for a moment. Might as well grab some more metal while we're at it. Go ahead with our final upgrades out there.
Yeah,
we're good.
Not possible.
And again, depending upon if you want to connect your base or whatever, your base placements here would spread through both locations. make sure your trap tunnels are not connected to your amplifiers. That would be another recommendation I would have here for you. All right. They're going to have a tough time getting through you here.
Not possible.
You might even want to consider a dart right there as well as they go up the hill.
Sorry.
These are already covered from all directions, you know. But this here would be a nice little sneaky area where you could get another dart going as they work up and through. Gives you a little bit more damage. You could actually go up here too if you want and just build. Again, this is probably, you don't really need this. This is just extra stuff if you want it. All right. But yeah, you could come in here and do an extension right down here. This is a complete and total playstyle choice, though. Do I think you need that? No, I do not.
Yeah, not possible.
I really do not think you need it. All right, and then I just like to seal this down so everything's nice and smooth and connected. And of course, if you have a wall launcher here, you wouldn't want your wall here. But again, this is for like your takers, your blasters, your smashers, right? Your other enemies that can become a problem for you. And then again, we'll just go back to back here. We'd add that gas trap up here. And everything would be good to go. You don't need any additional extension out here. This is just fine. You have plenty of heat going through there. We do have another area, though, before I forget. I almost overlooked it. Back on the dip here. We added that little bit of an extension on the ground. Right? As they worked up and down the hill here. Right? So again, I would just go ahead. If you want, not necessary. Do need to make sure we state that once again. Right, you just block that off and you're golden. This would be a dart here then instead, shooting in. You wanted it. Then you'd work your way down. You just go back to back to back with your wooden floor spikes. Your gas would come in here and you are golden. Do I think all of this is necessary? Probably not. But if you have the loot and you've done what you need to do at this point, why would you not come in here and just try to make it stronger? And you are investing in your future defenses as well this way, as we've mentioned before. All right, so let me just upgrade all this to finish it. And otherwise, we should be golden there. And then we'll get our upgrades here, and then we're going to head over to the west side. And that takes care of that.
Possible.
If you're worried about lobbers and flingers out here, could you just seal this down? Couple walls? Absolutely could. Right? No doubt about it. You could then have another gas trap here if you wish. Right? I would probably do something like a block off here if it were me. Right? Just block this off in this section here. Okay. And then your darts will shoot 1, 2, and you're good there. They would shoot across here. All you would need to do is just edit windowed walls and shoot your darts through and keep your block off intact. Just another way that you can secure your area here. But I would take advantage of it. Excuse me.
Whoa, sorry.
That's one thing as you start building and trapping and you find these areas and the mechanics of your block off start working and how you can seal it down and all that kind of good stuff. It really does expand the game for you. And remember, the goal of this series is to put your weapons down and really hone in on your building and trapping skill set, your abilities if necessary, your gadgets first, right? Then your defenders. To really start working all of those aspects of the game to help you. early in the journey. That way, when you get closer to the end game and you are in your Twine Peaks, right, you have all of this as part of your arsenal. We will talk about these builds here in the future. That's why I wanted to show it for a moment. Okay. Where we will be shooting through, and those darts will in fact shoot through here. So that's all done. Let's head now over to the west side. Stop in for a little bit more metal while we're here. Why not? And I just like to move my stacks over. Smart thing to do. Okay. That way you're not taking up storage with a partial stack of resource. All right, so the west side. Your attack is only from the west now. Once you place that drop amplifier, you will no longer be attacked from the south direction here. So you are good to go. We'll let it be. Down into the field here. Same as before. We just go ahead and make sure our spawn areas are clean and free of any debris. As a reminder, everything except for the consumable will go with you into your permanent inventory when you're farming here. But I would take it. It's not going to serve you any purpose out here otherwise. Except for leading to potential problems on you.
Not possible. Nope.
All right. And then we have our darts up here. Just like this. Now you could potentially face enemies that would stand here and get after you, right? So what I would probably do is I would go with some block off here. Okay. I would do some block offs. Just like this. All right. And then I'd throw one right here too. And then you don't have to really worry about this anymore. Because they could stand here and start getting after you. And that'd be bad news. I wouldn't want that to happen to you. I'd actually put another wall over here too. And then these would just be darts.
Whoa, sorry.
All right. And we'll just open up here. Just like this around. Everything again gets tier 3 here. And this should absolutely, without question, take care of you. We'll come back and finish the upgrades here in just a moment.
Yeah, not possible.
I do want to show you the methodical process of upgrading everything. It's important to show that. You know, it gives you an opportunity to make sure you don't have anything weak in here that could cause you a problem. All right, now down in here, all you're basically looking at is you've got 1, 2, and to the 3, right? So as soon as they walk up here, we have it all covered for them. The only additional thing I might consider doing would be to have a dart here. And just shoot it across to the north. Otherwise, while they're out here, you're good. The only place that they could potentially get you would be here if they stood here. So it might be a good idea as well. So that's all done. Let's get these upgrades all done on the block up that we put down. Seal. Seal. Pyramid. Pyramid. This goes here. All gets upgraded. Wood face to the same direction out to the west. Make sure, again, you are tier 3. We'll come back and just make sure on that before I seal that. And this is all done now. And then I'd put one more wall here and here. All right, now that will take care of all of this. Let's go down this way for a moment. right here. I would come out here and put a block off out here as well.
What to build?
This will go here, and then you'd have a pyramid piece right here. All right, so make sure you take care of that. And then out here you would have a dart, and a dart. You really don't want them standing up in here if you can help it.
Yeah,
So a little bit of block off material, and you really do take out, you know, potential issues that you would have.
Yeah, not possible.
Yeah, and I saw this one little section here. We want to see that? Saw it. So that's all finished. Just under, yep, good. And good, yep. And we are golden on this side now. Little upgrade here yet. Back we go to this other block up.
Yeah, not possible.
All right, let's go grab some resource one more time. If you want to utilize your stone as well, nothing wrong with that. Completely entirely up to you, my friends. But that would take care of this side now for you.
Whoa, sorry.
Here, there's no reason to put a pyramid on here. I would just leave those be. It's not going to benefit you any. That gets sealed down. Everything else is golden here. You could wrap around here with darts if you wish. Could get some nice damage from the spawn down here for a few darts. Here,
Yeah, not
here,
possible.
here, and here. Just wrap them around here. That way you don't get anything back here. Just not that you would, but it'll help you a bit. Be reminded that in the future, once we do our rebuild for endurance per se, you can go ahead, just knock all this down, and all these resource opportunities that we're, you know, investing will come back to us, right? And then as your traps increase, you can just repurpose and re-roll and all that kind of good jazz. All right. So that would conclude the west side amplifier and the adjustments I'd make there. Then we will work out here to the drop amp. Your attacks will come from the south, not the east or the north, but from the west as well. So you got south and west. Now for the west, all right, we work down in here, and they're going to work their way up and around potentially. Everything is already taken care of. I really like this build. I don't see any other adjustment to make here. Let's go to the other side. This side here I would take a look at. We had the block up that we spoke about. Take this out. Okay. This really comes down to, you know, what you want to do here. Like, truly does. Okay. Here, I'm just going to go ahead and add to what we had on this side. And wrap around like this right here. You don't need this piece, but we'll throw it just because. All right, and then down here I would do a block off as well. It's just some little extra, as we mentioned. Okay. That should take care of anything additional that you'll see here. I would take this out. And in stone, I would wrap around like this. And I'd wrap around like this. All right.
Whoa, sorry.
All right, everything's upgraded.
Yeah, not possible.
This here truly will make a difference for you in your Save the World journey. If you just take your weapons and you start running and gunning through in your abilities and you get teammates in that are overpowered, you're really not going to pick up anything from that. In fact, in my opinion, it hurts you in the long run. All right, wooden floor spike, gas trap here again. Same thing here with the darts. You'd wrap the darts around. You'd be golden here.
Sorry.
All right, and then you'd have a dart here and here. This is all good and upgraded. And that stays the way it is. And then you just work in and you're there. And then out here.
Whoa, sorry.
Would just be your additional darts that you have. And if you need a few more, then you craft a few more. Remember, you will have to farm too. And if you take this time, if you invest the resource, then it's going to be very easy on you when it comes to getting your endurance set up. We're in Storm Shield 7 right now. I'm already thinking endurance. Not even kidding you on that. All right. Already thinking it. All right. This here, you can just go ahead and remove. We don't need it. All right. We'll just leave it like this. You're good here. You're good here. All right.
Yeah, not possible.
That would take care of this direction for you. Got a couple of darts here we could get in. So what you would do is you could either run around and get a few more trees if you'd like. And get that going in the future. And then down over here, I like everything still. Got a dart here we could work off of. You're going to have this little area back here. Okay, and I have some darts here. We're going to go ahead and remove these darts now. I'm going to replace, okay, this stuff here. And we're going to come down this way. And I'm going to do a block off right here. Right here. Walls. Ceiling.
Okay.
Edit. Down. And then so we can upgrade here. And then we will just go ahead and get some planks back so we can get some additional darts going. Just make sure everything's upgraded again. And I would just block this off right here. Put a little dart over here. And stone right there, and stone right here. And then you do not have to worry about this section at all whatsoever back here now. And I'll point that out to you. Your drop amplifier would be right here. So we're going to work our way over here to the southeast section. Down the natural terrain.
Sorry.
Right here. Make sure everything's upgraded again. Then you would have your dart here and here. And then one out front here when everything is upgraded. Please do make sure everything gets tier 3. Whatever resource you're using. You want to work stone here, you want to work wood, no problem.
Not possible.
Whatever you got, my friends. Whatever you got. as I've said all along in the series, if you buy in, if you put the work in early, if you suffer a bit early, you will succeed later. And it's the same thing here. If you put the time in and you build this, what I'm showing you, step by step, and you invest all this resource, it's going to be so easy for you when it comes time to getting that endurance up, which I consider the Stonewood endurance to be one of, if not the most important endurance you do in your Save the World journey, because of what a difference it is for you early on. All right, so this is all good. We work back through and up. And as mentioned, we throw a dart here. Everything else would be perfect. I would not put anything else over here. And then you can just come over here one more time. Right, and get those darts in that you are missing. And of course, like I said, you could extend here and get 2 more if you want. All right. But that would be everything to this point that you could do to truly, you know, improve throughout and make it that much easier on you. Not only here for 7, but for 8, 9, and 10 as well. And then we will, once we drop our other amplifier, we're going to be able to grab resource again. Not from over here. You'll still get attacked here, but in some of the other areas where you might not be getting attacked anymore. Once you drop out there. Right, then you'll have that area. We'll get into that more, though, once we get there. All right, but let's go ahead now. Finish our upgrades. Work our way back. And we're gonna begin this. We're gonna do Storm Shield 7 for you now. So that would be how to build and trap Storm Shield Defense number 7. Even though you don't place an amplifier, you put that extra work in. Now we'll show you how to defend it. I would wait for a moment until you feel like everything's been upgraded. If you start that now and it hasn't been upgraded, you won't get credit for this over here. So please make sure it's finalized on the upgrade process. All right, friends. So let's jump out here and in. And go ahead and activate our next Storm Shield. Again, if you cannot solo it, I would not complete it. The game is telling you that you're not quite ready to move forward yet. Please do not have players come into your Storm Shields that are overpowered with overpowered schematics and abilities to do this for you. You will gain nothing from that. And if you keep that up and you get to the end game, right, in Twine Peaks there, you're truly going to get swallowed up there and not know what's going on. Please, you get to do them one time and one time only.
Here we go.
Earn your way, my friends, right? Don't have others do it for you. Very important there.
Prepare for an attack from the east.
All right. Because your most important area is your amplifier, that's where I'd put my base at. Okay, we will go ahead now and seal this down once the timer begins.
Got ya.
And then we are not even going to look at it, my friends. We're going to go farm. We have 8, 9, and 10 coming. We've got to farm. Again, loadout would be great for us here. That I've been recommending all along. Be reminded at level 70, you get your account level there, your home base level, you get that slow field, and that's absolutely devastating. You throw it right in here with your plasma pulse and you take off. One of the absolute best gadgets, hands down, but even more important, weapons in the game. Every loadout in Save the World that you run moving forward should have a slow field, no matter what you're doing. All right. If you are a true us, we, and team player, please don't overlook that. It makes a big time difference for the team. And it will for you as well. Gives that tunnel more time to work and be more consistent and reload.
possible. Nope. Whoa, sorry.
And again, as I say, don't stand around. Right, we've got farming to do. Let's get some planks back in our pocket. Let's get some ores and powders, some resins, some twines. Of course, your wood and your stone.
Sorry.
Another wave coming soon. Prepare for an attack from the west.
And most would just go ahead and hit play now and move into Plankerton, Storm Shield Defense #1, and not look back. And I don't want you to make that mistake. Before you move forward in Plankerton, all right? You've gotten this far on everything that we've recommended to you without any survivor squad at all whatsoever. Your items are just at the 1-star right now, level 10. You don't need to rush. Finish this before you move. Now, there are times where, you know, I get people want to move in, get their 2-star, go to Plankerton and do that. I wouldn't fault you if you did it, but just make sure after you finish that Storm Shield Defense #1, you come back to do the same thing. That would be my recommendation. Don't overlook this right here. And again, we'll just put our base down on the area that we need protected most. And then with your slow field again, come on out here. I'd probably go middle center right here, so both tunnels work on it for your slow field. All right, when you farm, you should farm directly behind the attack so the husks don't move out to try to get you. And you want to be right behind it, not standing on it because they will aggro, you know, on you there, but out this way. There is so much resource to be had. And all of this will regenerate and or respawn the next time you're in because you are doing it during the defense. That's what's important here.
Whoa, sorry.
And you've got to be able to believe in your builds. Right? I want you to be able to believe in your builds. I will note that we have, in fact, been able to obtain our coconuts here. All right. In the previous Storm Shield, we were not able to, but it seems like they're a little bit better this time around. Very nice here for your free, you know, healing to go with your consumables, but the extra damage
Oh, hey now.
that would be playing when it comes to your abilities.
Nope.
One thing about Save the World is you cannot resource share. You have to farm, right, to get this stuff done. You've got to. So, any chance you get, take advantage of it. Don't be out in the field shooting and wasting, you know, ammunition and durability on your weapons that once they break, you'll have to craft new ones, right? Or find new ones. That just adds to your farming process. We don't want you doing that. Come out here and while you're actually getting something done along your storyline, passively, you know, allow your traps and your builds to work and just farm it.
Prepare for an attack from the south.
All right, and then at the conclusion of the wave, just like we did on this one, make sure you come out, collect your resource that is on the ground. You don't want to leave anything behind. If you're getting close to full stacks of material or ammunition, you might want to move some over if it's an item that you are, you know, looking to acquire. Maybe you got some rocket ammo out here, some energy ammo, some sniper ammo for that obliterator. But don't leave this behind. You can see the darts were working as far as down here.
Yeah, not possible.
Nuts and bolts. All right. So same thing here now. Don't overlook your base. Got an elimination wave here.
Part of the job.
All right. So up we go
Whoa,
for the attack we have. And then we shoot back this way to farm again. We are in Rock and Rift. That's why I have you go get that hero early with your Epic Flux. Big difference when you're farming, when that pickaxe is moving like it is and damaging like it is, right?
We have a break in the action. Another wave coming.
Could have thrown your slow field if you wanted it there. We didn't need it.
Attack from the west.
And just 3 simple traps with understanding block off will get it done for you. And understanding pathing and how to build around it and so on and so forth. Back out in the field here. You'd also be looking out here. Is there, are there any areas that maybe the enemies were hitting on or pounding on where it didn't flow smooth? Looks like everything was perfect right here. No issues. Okay, we have another timed wave now. So out here at our Charlie or the drop, got our west attack.
Nope.
We'll get a coconut. Remember, eat your coconut, drop your slow field, your plasma, out you go. And we get a little extra on that plasma pulse.
Look out!
Now this farm would be directly behind. All right, the drop. That would be out here now.
Whoa, sorry.
And we put a little bit more down when it comes to the wooden floor spikes, gas, and the darts, because I want you to be in Rock and Rift with the loadout we recommend. All right, so again, let me show you that loadout. All right, you got your base cowl for your wall strength for any structures covered by base. All right, your passive healing on those same structures covered by base. Extra trap durability for any traps within your Homebase Storm Shield, whether it's covered by base or not. Your Breakbead Wildcat for your battle beat, recommended hero with Epic Flux, dependent upon the season that you're in. As your traps kill for you, you get increased damage and that melee attack speed that we were showing you. And then, of course, when you are searching, you have an opportunity for your coconuts. Those coconuts will heal you to go along with the other consumables that you found. So you don't have to use healing pads or campfires or resource, right? And then, of course, you get your extra damage. And then we've got our slow field in the banner for the constructor. If you want your supply drop here instead, wouldn't fault you. Don't leave home without your slow field, though. Big time difference for you, my friends. Then with about 30 seconds left, I'd go back in that field and make sure there's not any resource out in the field that you can gather. Also, remember you have recycling on your base too. Before you move it, you probably want to be collecting that. Just at least want to point that out to you.
Not so fast.
So we come out, grab the base loot. And again, kind of look out here, see if there's anything
Look out!
else that could be a benefit to you.
Not possible.
We have a break in the action.
All right, that's 4
Another
now.
wave coming soon.
And then
Prepare
back
for
we
an
go
attack from the east.
to our dip amplifier or alpha or the east attack. The durations will be longer. The, required amount of eliminations will be more as you go. Now, the reason I go back sometimes early with 30 seconds is the loot, believe it or not, can disappear at times from you. If I ever see items that are left on the ground, like the juice that we're seeing there, right? Again, these items do not go with you permanently in your inventory. They're just for use here, right? But whenever I see that, I'll drink the juice for a moment. I'll gather another one. I don't like to leave things behind. Just something to think about. You shouldn't need any, though, honestly. There's no reason to be mixing it up right now.
Bullets. Yes. Yeah.
I do want to point out in the mine that there could be some resource here, a benefit for you. Okay, there is metal out here if you're looking to farm it. I would absolutely go after it. There's mine carts down here. Nice opportunity here. You could farm all these tracks if you wish. But I would take advantage of the mines. Or mined areas. So that's all taken care of now.
Not possible. Build that arsenal.
And by the looks of it here, we're going to be able to top off here our wood and stone as we walk away from the mission. Which is a really nice thing, honestly. And that's a couple thousand more resource that you probably wouldn't have if you were just standing around.
Sorry.
And or you're mixing it up with fighting, then you're losing out on this opportunity. Notice how I'm skipping some of the other materials so I could get the stone. And then you go back to your storm shield. Or your home base, excuse me, to your storage.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
All right, reopen for a moment. And just put everything away. Then if you have any uneven number, you know, out here, then you take it. But if not, back, seal. You go farm or go back to the base. Collect it. Another free 126. And then out in the field here, I'd go look and see if you can get some of the dropped resource. Again, eat coconuts, split the, you know, plasma poles.
Jerks. Whoa, sorry.
You did it!
And that is your home base, Storm Shield Defense number 7. So we will go out and take a look at our rewards. And then in our next episode, we'll prepare Storm Shield Defense number 8, showing you step by step how to build, trap, and then defend it. And when it comes to our rewards, again, our X-ray tickets for our non-founders, and then the X-ray tickets and V-Bucks if you have that founders account. So we'll go ahead and collect those. All right. And again, we will be looking at down here on your side quest your defense number 8.